I'm standing here with Ian Palmer, who made the movie Knuckle. Welcome.
Thanks very much. It's good to be here in Stockholm.
I was wondering, because the movie is very violent and raw, or maybe I think that, and I was wondering if you were ever scared while shooting the movie?
I was probably scared while shooting it, but I was never scared while shooting a fight. And the fights are really where the rawness is and the violence. But I would have been scared maybe in anticipation of what was coming. But once all the times I ever went to a fight and filmed a fight, I was much more concentrating on getting the footage and achieving that. So that gave me a kind of a protective sense, which is probably inaccurate. But no, I was never really frightened at a fight.
Okay. And I was wondering, why would you say that people should go and see your movie?
Well, I mean, here's a film which is about a world which has never been shown before. It's, I think, an authentic portrayal of that world. It gives you an access and insight into a culture which is very traditional, and it's about a traditional way of resolving disputes among a hidden section of Irish society. And for me, there's echoes in this culture, which is a clannish culture, clans which are in conflict with each other, which has really echoes in a lot of conflicts in traditional places around the world, everywhere from Afghanistan to even the Balkans and the Balkan Wars recently. I think it gives a kind of an insight into traditional ways of behaviour, and also it's an entertaining film. I think entertaining characters and carry on.
Good. And I was wondering what the reaction was that you had amongst the families when they saw the movie.
Yeah, the film was released in Ireland and England on August 5th, and since then, and before then in fact, pretty well everybody in the families and in the wider traveller community have seen the film. There's about 50,000 travellers between Ireland and England, and all the reaction and feedback I'm getting, I would say 99% has been positive in that they felt it's an accurate portrayal of their lives, and it also has given representation to the different families within the film from their points of view, their conflicting points of view.
And have you had any surprising reactions to the movie amongst other people, not the families?
Yeah, I mean, there's been an overwhelming kind of positive reaction, and a very small amount of not negative, but questions, really about the absence of the female world in the film. And really, this is a film about traveller male culture and the aggressive way they resolve their disputes. If it was possible, I would have included more scenes with women in, but they felt this was the men's world and they wanted to keep it like that. There's one crucial scene in the film which is about the older women reflecting on the effects this fighting has on their lives. Very important for me to get that, but it was very difficult to get other scenes like that.
I was wondering what your relationship is with the families today.
I'm close with some of the people. I mean, I was speaking last night, even on the telephone with some of them, and that's it. I mean, it's not. I've moved on really since then. Since shooting the last stuff, it's a few years ago now. I don't go and mix with travellers so much. I'm trying to make other kinds of films, and I certainly don't go to fights. I mean, I went to fights as in the context of making this documentary, and that's it. It really ended for me at that point.
And my last question is, what made you finally decide to stop filming?
Well, I mean, I started in 1997, in November 1997, and I thought I would stop 3 years later. And at that point, I was stopped going to a fight and in capturing the footage myself. And I made a decision then to continue for really until an end point presented itself. That took a long time to come, and I never had a commission in this film to deliver a film to a broadcaster or a film agency. So that meant I had freedom to continue. It also meant I didn't have the discipline to stop at a particular point. So it was a double-edged sword, but it meant I was able to present a film which was a 12-year study of a generation. But the end point really came when the younger man who I met at the beginning of the film, when he was getting married, when he came back to vindicate him in his older life 10, 12 years later, I knew that was potentially going to be the end point, and that's the way it worked out.
Thank you very much. It was a very interesting movie.
Thanks very much.